This is a book review I should have done a long time ago. Hello, and welcome back to Bookish, and welcome to my review of The Keening, the first in the Remnant series by BookTube's own, AuthorTube's own author in residence, Margaret Pinard. Margaret has a great channel, and she does a tremendous amount for the online writers community, and I believe she's very active in the writers community in Portland or Seattle. I think it's Portland. Maybe it's Seattle where she lives. I can't really remember right now, but she does a lot of live streams with author talks and writing productivity videos, and just a great person, great channel. I've had a chance to interact with her several times. The Remnants, The Keening is the first book in a series of, I believe, 3 books that Margaret's written about the MacLean family, a Scottish family around the end, I want to say the 18th century, around the end of, the 18th century, beginning of the 19th century in Scotland. In The Keening, what we see happen is really a series of family tragedies. They are essentially thrown out of their home. They're crofters during the clearing of the Highlands and other areas around Scotland. Many Scottish families were thrown out of their homes by their landlords, by the lords, the lairds who own the land, and the MacLeans are one of those families, and they then struggle to find a way to survive, ending up in Glasgow, working in industrial locations in Glasgow before ultimately deciding to make a trip to immigrate to North America. Obviously, this is a work of historical fiction, and as somebody who considers himself to be a historian, one of the things that frequently bothers me about works of historical fiction is either getting things wrong or overwhelming the reader with historical detail that really isn't necessary, like getting so caught up in the research that you've done and wanting to share that research on the page, and wanting to feel like that all this research you've done should be used, that you kind of create this book which is really a little bit too much history and not enough story. Margaret has not done that in this book. This is a beautifully researched book, and you can tell the research has been done. The veracity of what she's talking about comes through on every page, whether it's in talking about the process for, drying kelp, I think, or the setup or some of the factors that exist in Glasgow, or, talking about the ships that immigrants might have come to North America on, the dialect used, the names, the characters. That research is all there, but it never overwhelms the story. And what we get here is, a fairly straightforward but incredibly well told story in which, me as a reader, I felt like I was there with the MacLeans while all these things were going on, while these things were happening. Very well realized characters who, differences with one another, tensions within the family come through, their, connection and willingness to, or counting on their family structure comes through in the book. Their emotions come through, whether we're talking about the young man, the oldest son character named Neil, and his worry about his family, his mother, his sisters, younger brothers, his tension with his stepfather, his desire to make his way in the world while protecting his family, his love life, and the disappointments there. All those emotions come through, and each one of the adult characters is fully realized, which is an achievement, I think, in and of itself. Neil, his sister Myrna, Sheila, the mother, and Gillen, who is the father, the stepfather, all really well realized characters. There is no villain here, but there is tension, and there is a difference of opinion between the characters oftentimes. And I just really enjoyed the book, and none of the things that I worried about, none of the things that bother me with historical fiction were present here. I do plan on going on and reading more of the Remnant series. I believe there are at least 2 more books, and if I can remember, I'll put the covers for them up over here as well as the cover for The Keening. And let me just encourage you to support Margaret. And if you like historical fiction, set in Scotland, if you like historical fiction about the immigrant experience, and you want to read a book which has the that kind of feeling of truth of history, but at the same time is a good story, well told. Let me, recommend that you check out Margaret's books, which I believe both is ebooks and print books. But you can also just go to Margaret's page, which I'll link down below, and find all that stuff out. Happy that I did. Really enjoyable reading experience. Anyway, if you've read Margaret's books, any of them, including the Keening, look forward to your comments in the comment section below, one way or the other. And as always, thank you for watching.